Let me ask you something real. Have you ever walked into a room, meet someone new, and immediately felt like you had to fight for their attention? You asked a few polite questions, but something didn't click. They were cold, short answers, their eyes were wandering. You felt invisible. And deep down, your confidence started to slip. You started to overthink. What do I say next? Am I being too aggressive? Do I sound salesy? That pressure, that doubt, that's what most people feel in 80% of their sales conversations. Because you can't sell someone who doesn't trust you. You can't convert someone who doesn't feel you. And you can't build loyalty with someone who doesn't even see you as a real human. Let's stop that shit today. You're not just here to talk. You're here to connect with the force. You're here to connect with force. You're here to walk into any conversation and own the energy, to make people lean in, pay attention, and feel something real. Before you ever say a word about your offer, today I'm going to teach you how. No fluff, not fake charisma, a real system you can use to connect with anyone, fast, deep, and real. Let's go. Here's what most people are doing wrong in sales. They walk scared. They start selling too early. They open with weak, forgettable bullshit like, so what brings you in? What do you do for a living? Looking for something specific today? Boring. You sound like every other salesperson they've ever met. You don't stand out. You don't disrupt. You don't lead. And the buyer, they shut down. They put their wall up. You become just another pitch. That's how deals die before they even begin. Now, here's the truth. People make up their mind about you in the first 30 seconds, not based on what you say, but how you make them feel. And most of you, you're making people feel nothing, or worse, making them feel uncomfortable, uncertain, unsafe. And you think it's your price, you think it's the product, you think they need more time to think. No, they just didn't connect with you. They didn't feel like you got them. They didn't trust you enough to say yes. That's where most salespeople lose, not in the close, in the first minute. But here's the good news. You can fix it. You can take control. You can walk into any interaction and instantly flip the power dynamic. How? By using what I call the trade bridge. It's how you build rapport without sounding fake, how you disarm people without begging, how you speak trust without trying too hard. It's real, it's raw, and when done right, it's fucking a superpower. Up next in part 2, I'll show you exactly how to use it, step by step, word for word, so you never walk into another cold conversation and feel like you're begging again. The trade bridge. 3 phases to connect and close. Let's get tactical now. I'm about to break down a move I use every single time I walk into a conversation where trust doesn't exist yet. It's called the trade bridge. Why? Because connection is a trade. You give something real up front, and in return, you earn access to influence. Let me walk you through all 3 phases. Phase 1, lead with humanity, not script. Forget rehearsed intros. Forget, hi, my name is such and such. Forget trying to sound polished. You want real connection? You need to sound like a fucking person. Here's what I say. Hey, I'll be real. I know you probably get hit up all the time. My job isn't to pitch you. It's to understand where you're stuck and see if we actually fit. That line, it disarms them. It throws them off in a good way. It tells them you're different. You're not here to pressure. You're here to connect. Notice what I didn't say? I didn't lead with my product. I didn't talk about my company. I didn't start listing features. I gave them space to breathe. And they gave me permission to move forward. That's how you take control without being too pushy. That's how pros lead, with presence, not pressure. Phase 2, trade vulnerability for truth. Now you've opened the door, time to step into it. Most people try to build trust by sounding smart. They list credentials, drop big names, try to impress. Wrong move. The fastest way to earn trust, give first, be real first, show your cards first. Here's what I say. Look, I've worked with people who were burnt by bad reps, who signed dumb contracts, who got solid into the wrong product and left worse than they started. So if you got hesitation, I get it. You should. Boom. Now they're thinking. Finally, someone who gets it. I didn't brag. I didn't beg. I acknowledge your tension and use it to build a bridge. Because once you name the thing they're thinking, you remove resistance. That's leadership. That's emotional precision. That's what makes you unforgettable. Phase 3, earn the right to go deep. Now you've earned a seat at the table, but don't blow it by jumping into the pitch. The next move is critical. Ask better questions than anyone they've ever spoken to. I'm talking sniper level questions like, what's the real frustration behind this? What happens if this doesn't get fixed in 90 days? What's the one thing you wish people in my industry actually understood? That's how you stop being a salesperson and become a trusted fucking advisor. You're not qualifying. You're not checking boxes. You're building emotional velocity. You're not a robot. And that's the game, because connection creates speed. Speed creates clarity. Clarity creates trust. And trust closes deals, period. Connection isn't an accident. It's a system. Let's bring this all together, because you've learned here. Because what you've learned here, if you actually apply it, it will change your life forever. It'll change your close rate, your influence, and your confidence forever. This is not about being more likable. This is about warming up the buyer. It's about engineering trust on demand in any room, on any call, with any lead. Let's review the trade bridge framework you now own. 1, ditch the pitch, start with presence. Stop the robotic intros. Stop chasing like you need the deal. Step into it with calm confidence. Hey, I'm not here to hard sell, just to see where you're at and if we even make sense. That line alone flips the power. Step 2, give first, disarm with realness. Don't wait for them to open up. You go first, always. Name the elephant in the room. Show them that you understand what they've likely gone through. Earn their emotional respect, not just their time. This move makes you human. It makes you safe. It makes you stand out. Step 3, act better, go deeper, lead hard. Now that the trust door is open, don't waste it. Dig. Ask the question no one else has the balls to ask. Get to the pain beneath the surface. Leave them to their own clarity, not your pitch. That's what makes you elite. That's what makes you a real closer. Because let me say this loud and clear. You don't need more volume. You don't need a better funnel. You don't need a new lead source. You need to get better at what matters most: connection. When you know how to connect, sales becomes easy, retention becomes natural, and referrals become consistent. Because people never forget how you made them feel in the first 5 minutes. Let me speak to you directly. You don't need to be more charismatic. You don't need to be someone you're not. You just need to show up like it's someone who gives a damn and knows how to lead a conversation like a fucking pro. So here's what I want you to do. 1, memorize and practice the trade bridge. You can't wing this. You need to practice it every day. You need to practice the energy, the rhythm, and the confidence. Tonight, open a blank document, write down a few things: your disarmament intro, your truth-based pattern breaker, 3 high leverage questions that cut deep. Drill it, say it out loud, and lock it in. 2, audit your last 5 conversations. Go back to them. Ask yourself, did I connect or did I pitch too soon? Did I make them feel seen or did I just try to be impressive? Be honest with yourself, because feedback without ego is the fastest way to grow. 3, take one risky call and apply the framework. Pick a lead, a cold one. Use the exact method I just taught you. Let go of meeting the sale. Go in it with clarity. Go in it with control. Leave them not with pressure, but with presence. And then watch what happens. They'll open up. They'll follow your lead. They'll move faster than usual because they feel you're different. And that's because you are. Look, this game isn't about having the fanciest words or the slickiest pitch. It's about being the most in control, in tune, in command version of yourself when it counts. Because when the room gets quiet, when the deal is cold, when the buyer is skeptical, it won't be your script that closes. It'll be your connection. If you master that, you won't just sell more, you'll lead more, you'll influence deeper, you'll build clients for life. So if this hit, don't sit on it, use it. And if you're building a career, a team, a mission, start showing up like someone who's impossible to ignore. Follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I drop real content every week to help you connect, lead, and dominate. Let's close with clarity. Let's lead with force. Let's fucking go.